Good afternoon, everyone. What is love for you? Could you let go of the person you love most in the world? Below, I'm going to present a story that answers this question through a story. Me Before You. Me Before You is a romantic novel. Its author is Jojo Moyes, a British writer who was born in London on August 4, 1969. She studied journalism and worked for the independent newspaper for 10 years. She dedicated herself to romance novel and twice won the Romantic Novel of the Year award. Among her most famous works is Me Before You, which was adapted to film. She is married to journalist Charles Arthur and has 3 children. The main characters in this book are Louisa Clark is the protagonist, a 26 years old human who is creative, talented, and fun, but who underestimates herself and has few ambitions. Will Traynor, co-protagonist, 35-year-old man who became a quadriplegic after being hit by a motorcycle. Before the accident, he was a successful businessman and adventurer who enjoyed life to the fullest. After the accident, he becomes bitter and depressed. Patrick, Luisa's boyfriend of several years, who is a personal trainer and a sports fan. They end their relationship after Luisa goes to work looking after Will. Camila Traynor, Will's mother who has a strained relationship with her son. She hires Luisa as Will's caretaker. Bernard Clark, Luisa and Katrina's father, who works in a factory. He wants the best for his daughters and worries about his future. Okay, chapter summary. Chapters from 1 to 4. Luisa Clark, a young man who works in a cafe, lost her job and searched for another without success. Eventually, she gets a job as a caregiver for Will Traynor, a man who became quadriplegic after an accident. Will is cold and hostile towards Luisa, who tries to strike up a conversation with him, but is rejected. In the chapters 5 to 8, Luisa visits her boyfriend Patrick, who is a sports fanatic and encourages her to exercise. Luisa doesn't share his passion and becomes bored with him. Luisa goes to work and meets Nathan, Will's physical therapist. Nathan teaches her how to take care of Will and warns her not to get attached to him. Luisa reads Will a travel book, but he mocks her and tells her to get away from her. Luisa goes to her father's birthday and runs into her ex-boyfriend, Rupert, who is now rich and successful. Luisa feels inferior and leaves. Will calls her and tells her that he needs help from her. Luisa goes to her house and finds him with a fever. She takes him to the hospital with Nathan. Chapters 9 to 12. Luisa spends the night in the hospital with Will. He tells her that before the accident she had a girlfriend, Alicia, who left him for her friend Rupert. Luisa feels closer to him and tells him that she likes her smile. Luisa goes back to work and is surprised to see that Will is in a better mood. She suggests going for a walk and he accepts. They go to a Storeful castle and Luisa tells him about her childhood. Will tells her that he likes the way she is. Luisa and Will go to the racetrack and bet on a horse named Before You. The horse wins and Luisa is excited. Will tells her that he had a good time with her and gives her a pearl necklace. Luisa and Will go to a classical music group's concert. Lisa doesn't understand anything, but Will explains and makes her laugh. Luisa realizes that she is in love with him. Okay, in the chapters from 13 to 16, Luisa and Will celebrate his birthday with a surprise party. Lisa gives him a DVD with images of her previous life. Will gets emotional and thanks him. Luisa tells him that she loves him and kisses him. Will reciprocates, but then walks away from her and tells her that she is sorry. Lisa discovers that Will is planning to go to Switzerland to an assist suicide clinic. She gets angry with Camila and reproaches her for not having done anything to stop it. Camila tells him that she has tried everything, but that Will is determined and only has a month to live. Lisa leaves Will's house and takes refuge at her sister's. She feels betrayed and hurt. Patrick calls her and tells her that he has returned from Switzerland and that he wants to see her. Lisa tells him no and breaks up with him. Lisa receives a letter from Will, who asks for her forgiveness and explains her reasons. She tells him that she wants him to live a full life and be happy. She asks him to accompany him to Switzerland and give her one last chance. Chapters 17 to 20. Luisa desires to go to Switzerland with Will. She tells her family that she is going on vacation and lies to them about her destination. She says goodbye to them and tells them that she loves them. Luisa arrives in Switzerland and reunites with Will. He is happy to see her and tells her that he has missed her. Luisa tells him that he loves him and that he wants him to stay with her. Will tells her that he can't and that he has already made her decision. Luisa and Will spend their last days together. They go sightseeing, go to restaurants, the movies, and the theater. Luisa tries to convince Will to change his mind, but he remains adamant. He tells her that he wants her to be free and for her to fulfill her dreams. Luisa and Will to go to assist suicide clinic. Luisa tells him that he doesn't want him to leave and that she needs him. Will tells her that he loves her and that he will always remember her. Luisa tells him that she is waiting for him on the other side. Will tells him that there is no other side and that there is only this life. Luisa tells him to lie with her then. Will tells her that she can't and to say goodbye. Luisa tells him that he can't and to say see you later. Will tells him there is no see you later and to tell him I love you. Luisa tells him that she loves him and hugs him. Will tells her that he loves her too and smiles at her. Will closes his eye and dies. Lisa cries and finds. Okay, in the last chapters from 21 to 25, Lisa wakes up in the hospital. Camila and Steven are with her and offer their condolence. Lisa tells them that she doesn't want to talk to them and to leave. Lisa feels empty and meaningless. Lisa returns to England and locks herself in her house. She doesn't want to see anyone, or do anything. She feels guilty and depressed. She receives a call from Nathan, who tells her that Will has left him a letter from her and that she wants to give it to him in person. Lisa goes to a cafe and meets Nathan. Nathan gives him Will's letter and tells him that he misses him too. Nathan tells her that Will has left him an inheritance from her and that he wants him to use it to travel and study. Nathan tells her that Will wants her to be happy and do what he couldn't do. Luisa reads Will's letter. Will tells her that he loves her and that he is proud of her. Will tells him that his life is an adventure and he shouldn't waste it. Will tells him to follow her heart and not to be afraid. That's all the summary of the novel. Okay, the most important chapter for me is the chapter 14. In this chapter, Risa finds out that Will is planning to go to Switzerland in a month to an assisted suicide clinic. That event will change Luisa's life forever. For me, the most notable phrases from the book are the first, there are things that you never pay attention to until you have to accompany someone in a wheelchair. The other is you can change people. So what can I do? Love them. The main message of the book is love can change your life. Okay. Um, when I was read this book, I learned the greatest form of love is knowing how to let go of a loved one. It's very complicated for the most of people. Okay, thank you for your attention. And that's all.